So, as a parent, do you self-regulate? As a parent, do you do that? It's a question. Probably don't even know what it means. If you were born back in the 80s, late 70s, well, 70s, 80s, and 90s, you don't know what self-regulate means. You don't know nothing about that phrase. So as a parent, the question is, as a parent, do you self-regulate? Hi everyone, my name is Dearice Spencer Shackleford, and I am just Dearice right now. We're doing some parenting things right here. We're being transparent, and you see I have to blow out. No lipstick, no makeup, no nothing. Just me. All right. So do you self-regulate? Recently I had an issue. Well, not an issue, but an occurrence in my household. I'm still raising a 12-year-old, so sometimes I still deal with the, the preteen things, such as lying, such as what's the other thing I dealt with? Hiding report cards, lying and saying you didn't get it, waiting till the last minute to tell me about something that's going on at the school, things like that. Now, in those moments, when you have things planned and you really, you've already planned out your day and stuff, so you kind of like, why you didn't tell me? At those moments, you feel very frustrated. Are you self-regulating? When you know your child is lying to you, are you self-regulating? Or can you self-regulate? Or are you having outbursts? Are you parenting in a responsive way or a reactive way? This is all new. This is a whole new way of parenting. And I'm not one for, well, let's just be real. I used to be one who chastised a lot, a whole lot, especially my oldest two, especially my son, until I realized that why the whole mentality of chastisement was so big in my household, in my family, until I started researching a lot of things about chattel slavery. And then I was like, there's got to be a different way to raise children than to constantly chastise them. And when I'm referring to chastisement, I'm referring to the biblical chastisements. They're not the rod and spoil the child. I never hit my child with a rod. Mm-mm. But the thing is, I don't think I have. Have I hit my son with a rod? No, I don't think I did. Not a rod. I never did that. Because sometimes when you're in anger, you'll just grab anything. Because we've heard that saying, I'll grab anything. There are some women who hit their children with shoes. Now, I've had an outburst one time when I was very angry, and I grabbed the tea kettle and I threw the tea kettle. I was very angry. I'm not even going to act like it wasn't recent. My son was about 13. 13. It was about 10 years ago. He's 23 now. About 10 years ago. And it was something he was doing. Like he was having these outbursts. And I was like, what the heck is going on with you? But the point I'm trying to get to is, are you a reactive parent or a responsive parent? Are you self-regulating as a parent? It can be really difficult at times, especially when your your stressor is way up here. Wait, y'all can't even see that, right? You see the reflection? The shadow, way up here. And then you have a child who is going through their own things, but you don't understand what's going on. You thinking, I'm doing all I can, and here you go. What the heck is wrong with you? I'm doing all of this to keep a roof over your head. And sometimes, as human beings, let's just forget being someone's parent. You are a human being. And this is not me pointing out any fingers because I am not a perfect parent. I have learned, but from those learning experiences, oh, and by the way, I did not hit him with the kettle. And it's not an old school kettle, it's one of those newer kettles. And I still have the kettle to this day. It's 3:30 in the morning. Then I hit him with the kettle. Although I threw it, there wasn't any water in it. It wasn't even hot. The kettle on the stove because I like hot tea. Anyway, so I took that same kettle and put it right back together. Yeah, it came apart and I put it right back together. I'm just one of those. But when I realized that I'm reactive instead of responsive, and I needed to learn how to self regulate, but that meant I had to go through my own healing journey to realize, why am I reacting like this? Why? Why am I yelling? Why am I always yelling at them? These are things that parents have to learn about themselves. Because at some point in your life, you felt like you weren't heard, whether it be as a child, your teenage years, your early adulthood, you felt you weren't heard. So you constantly yell, which means that somewhere along the line, there's some trauma that you haven't addressed. Do have a degree in behavior science. I'm just saying. Not a psychiatrist, not a psychologist, but I do have a degree. And, I did study psychology and the behaviors of human beings. So, are you self regulating as a parent? It's very important that you do so. Because if not, you're teaching your children how not to, because you're responsive. So every time somebody say something to them, they ready to nuck. If they nuck, if you buck, they're ready. And then you're wondering why every time I say something to you, you like this. Because you are. Children learn what they live. There's a poem, children learn what they live. And it's important for you to understand that whatever you're living in your household, that's what your children are going to display. I could have swore I heard somebody say that. It's like I heard someone that's watching me say display for me. Thank you very much. I felt that. I felt that. Thank you. That's what they're going to display. If they learn to have compassion, they're going to show that to others. If they learn to trust, they're going to learn how to trust others. They're going to be trustworthy. I used to have a printout of that poem, Children Learn What They Live. In fact, let's do this right here. I it's 333, and I think it'd be fitting for me to read this poem. I've actually had this. I've actually read this poem on my podcast, the Healing Hour podcast with Dearice Speaks Life. You can catch some of those. You can look for them. They on platforms. Yeah, it's on iHeart Radio too. Yeah, you can see all of that. I'm revamping the whole thing, so just bear with me. Okay, let's see. Let's see what's going. Let me read this sucker. Come on, come into focus. Putting on my glasses. I want to read this poem. My grandmother actually uh gave me a plaque with this poem on it. Oh, this is not gonna work. We got to get out of this. Even with my glasses on, I can't see that. Here we go. And it was written by Dorothy Law Nolte. I think that's how you pronounce her last name. And if I am incorrect, please correct me below. I don't mind being corrected. Correction is good for the soul. It allows you to grow and heal. And these are readers, not bifocals, okay? So it's computer glasses and readers together. Don't do me. I'm not blind. Just need readers. And I be in front of the computer all the time. So they're computer glasses and Somebody said we don't care. Okay, you don't care. That's fine. I was just explaining myself. I don't know why. But anyway, it was published in 1924 through 2005. Okay. If children live with criticism, they learn to condemn. If children live with hostility, they learn to fight. If children live with fear, they learn to be apprehensive. If children live with pity, they learn to feel sorry for themselves. If children live with ridicule, they learn to feel shy. If children live with jealousy, they learn to feel envy. If children live with shame, they learn to feel guilty. If children live, excuse me, y'all, I've been drinking that pineapple juice and I'm trying to, it makes you salivate just a little bit, excuse me. If children live with encouragement, they learn confidence. If children live with tolerance, they learn patience. If children live with praise, they learn appreciation. If children live with acceptance, they learn to love. That's a deep one right there. If children live with approval, they learn to like themselves. That's a deep one too. If children live with recognition, they learn it is good to have a goal. I'm going to read that again. If children live with recognition, they learn it is good to have a goal. If children live with sharing, they learn generosity. If children live with honesty, they learn truthfulness. If children live with fairness, they learn justice. If children live with kindness and consideration, they learn respect. Kindness and consideration, they learn respect. Children live with security, they learn to have faith in themselves and in those about them. If children live with friendliness, they learn the world is a nice place in which to live. Are you self-regulating? Are you the negative side of this poem? Children learn what they live. Like, come on, y'all. Children learn what they live. Every last one of us can attest to that. If you were ridiculed in life, nah, I clicked off of it. If you were ridiculed in life, what do you learn? What did you learn? Come on now, now the thing taking forever to go to it. You go back. Shoot, it was taking a little time to load. But are you self-regulating? This is important for you to understand that if you're not self-regulating, if you're not doing the positive side of this poem, you know what you're doing? It's so detrimental to your health, your emotional intelligence, as well as your children's. Oh, that came in real clear. Oh, I can't even see this. I'm not putting my glasses back on. Whereas the one of ridicule, they learn to feel shy. And what's the one about envy? If children live with jealousy, they learn to feel envy. If children live with encouragement, they learn confidence. If children live with tolerance, they learn patience. If children live with praise, they learn appreciation. If children live with acceptance, they learn to love. What have what you didn't, okay, help me to word this right, because I want to say this clear for every parent that's watching. What of those things have I mentioned you did not live with? That you did not live in a home that exhibited that? That's what you need to give to your children. And then some. Don't forget the other stuff that you got that was good. Add that in the pot too. Stir it all up together and make sure you serve it to them daily. Yeah, I know I like food analogies. Make sure you serve it to them daily because the world is not going to give it to them. That's what your job is as a parent, is to constantly feed them the positive nutrient things. Nutritious, I don't know y'all, but it came out like that. Nutrient things that will help them to self-regulate. Because if you're not self-regulating, then that means you're missing something. You learned this behavior. And I have to be honest, I learned certain behaviors. I did. But I know why I was reactive as a parent in my early years as a parent than responsive. And that is a big thing. That's why I share this with my clients. That's why I'm sharing it with you. As a parent, we can't be out here, responding. I mean, reacting all the time. So you said, what? Like, calm down. They just expressing themselves. Yeah, they could have toned it down a little bit. And I'll be looking at mine like, who you talking to? You sure? You sure you want to do that? You want to do that? That's your choice for the day. Okay. I've even when my 12-year-old was doing all of this lying and stuff, I said to her, I said, so you choosing a lie to me today? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You think I don't know the truth? But I got to the bottom of it. I played her. I played her game. You want to know what the game was, don't you? I called the school and had the school send me her report card. And they had it sent in an envelope that was taped with her name on the corner. And they said, if you don't receive it or it's open, just know that we put tape on it. So when she handed it, I said, she started talking about the day. And I said, just like this, I said, you have an envelope for me? Oh, yes, they gave me the envelope today. I said, okay, then let me get it. Bring me the envelope now. Do not open it. Well, it has my name on it. I said, do not open that envelope. That envelope is for me. Yep, I went to mommy mode. And then she said, well, what's it about? I said, give me the envelope now. She hands me the envelope and I open it. And before I open it, I said, where's your report card? I don't know. They haven't given it to us. I don't know where it's at. Open the envelope. Inside was the progress report and and the report card. So once I read it, and she was like, what's that? I said, where's your report card? I said, bring me your book. Excuse me, bring me your book bag right now. Bring me your book bag right now. And I want you to look for that report card because I know you already got it. She kept saying, but what's that? I said, find the report card now. She went to one folder. She got like 3 folders in her bag. One folder and went to one side pocket and pulled one paper bag. Then to the right side. Now she right-handed, so if you're right-handed, you always go to the right side. Everybody know that. If you're left-handed, you put most of the papers on this side, on the left-hand side. So she right-handed, so most of her papers was here. She just went like this, and here's the report card. Now, while she was looking for it, I told her, I said, I already know that report cards came out already, and I know exactly when. I said, so you've been lying to me for how long? And I said, you got it in January, and it's February? See, what they tend to forget is that as children, their brains can only think for so far. Which is funny to me because it's like, you're the third child. Do you not think I've experienced this before? I wasn't one of those children. I didn't have my report card. I was one of those, I'm going to take this like a G. I'm going to take it like a G. I ain't scared. I always got in trouble for talking. Oh, yeah, talking. Yeah. And at one time when I needed glasses, that's when to read. Reading glasses. That's when my grades started going bad. But anyway, Are you a parent that self-regulates when it comes down to your children, or are you a reactive parent? This is a thing. It's a big thing. And we have to understand that if you're reactive instead of responsive, that's how your children are going to communicate with you. Children learn what they live. So if your living standards as a parent is to be reactive, don't necessarily mean you hitting them, but even yelling at them or going like this to them all the time. Like, come on. You're making that baby jumpy, giving that baby anxiety, PTSD, all that kind of stuff. Messing with their psyche. Like, why? What's the point? Then when they get older, you want them to say, when they get awards, wait, how y'all want? Wait. Let me be an award. I don't know. Little rubber ducky. I just want to say thank you to my mother for always being there and blah blah blah. Or this one. I want to thank my dad for never. But then if they feeling some type of way and in that moment they remember, they look at your face and have a flashback. They'll be like, I want to thank God for everything that's going on in my life. Thank y'all for nominating me. Ugh. Some of y'all better be ready. Cause these children go straight up tell the truth. Y'all gonna be mad. It's gonna be like one of those moments on what was that Medea movie where the boy got the basketball deal and he was standing there, his father all there with his hat cocked to the side like yeah, yeah, yeah. And he standing there with Angela Bassett and she just stood there all happy. He's like, I want to thank my mom, for letting me be, always making sure, we had hard now, blah blah blah. And, you know, then they they ask him, do you want to thank your father for anything? Father, what father? But it's nothing against you good dads out there. There are some good fathers out there. I'm not even gonna take that away from y'all. There's some good fathers out there. Some who are single dads, full time single fathers. And kudos to you. Like, kudos. Like, with my little hitchhiker thumb. Can't go straight. Look, kudos to you. Kudos. But some dads will never hear that. They'll never get to hear it. I like to thank my dad for being there. Or their mothers. Mothers won't ever hear that. Be ready for those days. And remember those moments when you did not self regulate. You were reactive instead of responsive. Got those moments in the past, but hey, right now, I'm raising a 12-year-old. That's all I got for y'all. I hope I've said something. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Don't just be sitting here watching me, with the blowout, you know, with the blowout and everything. Make sure you like and share this video wherever it's at. And subscribe to the channel. I love you all so very much. God loves you, and so do I. Smooches.